Stop by to interact with the community and I every Friday night at 8 o'clock for live stream Fridays.
Welcome, trolls. Bruce sees all.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Love the comments. Amazing comments, everyone. Thank you so much. And forgive me for the ones that I don't get around to. And I know probably many hundreds of you, and I love you all for it. I'm trying my best. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the interest and, of course, the ongoing support. We're seeing extraordinary detail on the surface. A telescope shows us little details, and what is little on the moon is really big down there on the surface, but we're seeing things so small. Some of you asked me if I had some music. Well, last night I made a music track. Now here's the thing. You have artists online. There's no secret about it, but often the musicians do not tell the real truth. I'm a musician. I play physical instruments, and yes, maybe one day I'll get some of that up, but that's not my goal here. But the digital music that I create and has copyright, it's on iTunes and will be on SoundCloud. I want to share up only a part later on in this video of the song Infinity from the album Mind Sequence that I'm going to start getting some tracks up once in a while. But you guys will be free to listen to them and to put them in your own videos if you want. Check this out, something amazing, guys, I want to show you. Serious area on the surface of the moon. We're looking at amazing, stunning detail, and we could look around the craters. Look at all the bumps and details around the craters, and that is what's going to help us notice the changes. Let's look at some serious surface, guys. Pretty amazing. We know the Apollo 17 landing had landed right here beside Mare Serenatatis, but like I've shown before, check it out. We're not noticing these mounds on the surface, these high rising massive mounds. There's also a bridge connected to this structure that is leaving many kilometers and miles to other structures, the structures around it. On the bottom right here, I'll get a narrow up for you to see that. It's pretty revealing that the surface is showing us all this detail. Now here I'm going to get some some arrows up for you guys to understand. Here's the bridge or corridor and structure nearby. It's there. It's leaving this massive mound. Structures at the back, and this high mound and ridge here, connections, high shaft-like object, and that's what people are not noticing when you look at the detail on the surface. So now it sticks to the eye. So when you're looking at Mare Serenitatis, you see this big, massive bump. Again, we don't see that if the terminator line is not there, or if I do not adjust the exposure and try to, the inversion definitely helps, because you can definitely see more of the contouring. And this is just at the bottom of Mare Serenitatis. It's very, very real. Hey guys, here's that song Infinity that I created for you guys, and just to give you an idea of what music would sound like if I was to make some, my style anyways, the kind of music that I like, and this is my creation. Please enjoy. It's only a sample of the entire song. So that's cool. It's maybe a bit of music that can go along with some moon footage. But aside from the music, what do you guys think of seeing a straight up shot of all that structuring on the surface, natural or not? In the blue here is where the Apollo 11 landed on the top center there. You know, there's so much that we can find on the surface that we're finding on the surface. But again, we're going to take this and just invert it. My regular inversion and my processing of X-ray, which is not manipulating the surface whatsoever. Let's take a look. Seriously, I showed Mare this way, all the structures that were around it. And yeah, I mean, we're seeing symmetrical objects, could even be buildings, without even having to do any tampering. It's just people are not taking the time to analyze and notice that. And for those asking me why I didn't post the whole song, well, it's an amazing song, actually. I think it's really good, the music track, but it was a bit too upbeat, too fast to go with moon footage. You know, music goes with, like in movies, if you put a certain music with the right footage, you know, you profit from it and it's pleasing to the eye, etc. Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, this is what your eyes are not seeing on the surface. It's just as clear as that. It's not more impressive than this. It's that. These objects are not seen, but they can be seen. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. It's that they all have the same reflectivity, not the same color, but the same reflectivity. They're giving back the same oscillation of light, the same quantity of light, and the same reflectivity of light. This is Mare. More objects around Mare is just the same. So when your eyes are not adjusted to seeing the surface, if you were to squint and really look hard, well, the objects that I'm showing really are there. A sustainable campaign that was unveiled on September 26th, 2018. The exploration campaign has 5 strategic goals, and these are from the NASA website. Transition of U.S. human spaceflight activities in low Earth orbit. They want to commercialize the operations, right, that support NASA and the needs of emerging private sector market. So they have to get rid of that debris up there flying around if they want to get some commercial spacecrafts up there flying around. That's not all. Foster scientific discovery and characterization of lunar resources through a series of robotic missions that they want to do to the moon. So they want to find out what's up there. They're going to mine the moon, right? This is what I'm saying. But, you know, who knows? The return U.S. astronauts to the surface of the moon for a sustained campaign of exploration and use. They want to go elsewhere to demonstrate the capabilities required for human missions to Mars and other destinations beyond the moon. So this is what intentions that NASA has to be able to, but you know, I don't know. When are they going to be able to do this? There's a lot that has to be done, so probably not looking before, probably beyond the 2030 mark year, I'm guessing. But where's the water? They say the poles have the water. This is where they landed, supposedly. Apollo 11. We're talking about water now on the poles. Listen, is there any water that was declared on Earth's side? Why always the dark side? Are they going to build a base on the dark side? What is it with them? Why not this side? There must be a reason for them not to want to build on this side. Is this a side that's occupied by aliens? Who knows? Is this a side that, you know, you got to wonder. You just got to really wonder. And to see actual public people going to the moon, I don't think we'll ever see it. Really don't think we'll ever see it. Or they would localize just a certain area, right? Would be public, and the rest of the moon would be barred off, like everything else is on the moon. And that's probably why we see all these walls. You know, they're going to bring humans there, probably land there without any windows. I had a guy that said he went to the moon, and he talked to me a lot about what he supposedly would have done over there, and I remained open-minded. You know, a pretty wild guy, typical bar brawler probably style kind of guy, goes to Mars, and says, they put them to sleep. So I started thinking of that. I said, they put them to sleep. So if something was to happen on their way there, well, they probably wouldn't know about it. But it stuck in my head, and I said I'd share that with some of you. NASA talks about meteors having to do with the dust that we're seeing on the surface. NASA, they do a lot of projects, right? And wow, seriously, as rare as I go up there, and this is why we're close here right now, look at the surface. It's dusty, cloudy, hazy. There is a dust on the surface, and they say that it has to do with when there are more meteors or meteor showers in the surrounding area near the moon, that the surface, it makes it dusty. I was like, what? I just want to thank all of you for following the research and for taking the time to subscribe to this channel.